Hi guys. So I don't know how well you can hear me on this camera because my current camera, the one I always use, is not working. It's just not working anymore. I don't know why. I'm not tech savvy. So this is what I'm going to have to use. This only has 30 minutes on it, so I had to be quick. I had a reading all set out for you. It was going to be way longer than a half an hour, for each pile. So, and just like I said, things weren't working out for that camera. So, this is what I'm going to do. A quick update, and then I'm going to show you the charms that I had originally planned out. And then I'm going to tell you what I got from the charms because I feel like it's very important for somebody to hear a couple of these messages. All right, one of the reasons why I haven't been doing readings that this month is I need a vacation. Just like I need to focus on myself a little bit more. And sometimes I'll get so caught up in feeling like I need to do this reading. I need to do this reading, because like I want to do readings. I do. But currently I am in a position at work to where it's really hard for me to take the time and do it every single day like I was doing it. So I have to cut down on my readings. I don't want to, but at the same time, I have debts I have to pay off at the moment. And I love tarot, but tarot does not pay my way. So I have to sacrifice something a little bit that I love in order to make things happen for myself in my 3D life right now. So that's what I'm doing. um, what was the other thing? Oh, and also, so recently, it's only been in this last month or so. When I open myself up to channel, okay, you're opening yourself up to other things that are not of you, things that are of a different world, right? You're opening yourself up to the universe to give messages to people, and also at the same time, it's like downloads to yourself from spirit. So, a few times when I've done that, I've been getting very angry, and it's hard for me to read when I'm angry because I get so, it's like a blind rage. I don't quite know whose blind rage it is, but it's really hard for me to channel the message when it's just so much anger. And I don't know if it's towards like specifically me or if it's towards like what I'm trying to read, but it's hard to get around it. So I'm trying to let the energy like fade a bit. I've also been angry myself. And I don't think that's very helpful when you're trying to read for other people if you're trying to deal with your own anger issues. So it's another reason. And I've been angry about things that have been going on in the world that I genuinely don't have any control over, but I'm so angry about it that I just can't concentrate. All right. But one of my favorite readers, or one of my favorite subscribers, had actually recently reached out to me. They wanted a message, and I didn't get to it in time, of course, because I was in my own little head, and I was on vacation. I was in Destin, Florida, which I've never been to. I am currently located in Ohio. It's not where I was born, but this is where I decided to live and put my roots for a while. But my goal is to visit the entire United States. And this is what I have so far. See, only this little area. Finally went down here and here and here. Got all of that to go. So I'm excited about it because it's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. In the last few years, my sister and I have been really breaking down, and my mom's been doing it as well now. So that was also another reason why, is just because I wanted to concentrate on trying to make things right. Because it's where we plan ahead and we try to save up for what we plan, and we also try to my sister's a big planner. She likes to plan every little thing out. She like an artillery is what I always kid with her. What is the artillery for today? But it's also true, but it's cool. Like I ain't gotta do any thinking. So yeah. But anyways, so then I've just been trying to take a break and focusing on my life, my family, and on myself. When I was on vacation, I got sick, so I'm sorry I look like crap. And I feel like it was because the ocean air, and it was told us quite a few times, the ocean air, the salt opens up your sinuses, and that's really what it was. It was my sinuses. They were horrible. They were terrible for days, dude. Like, so, and I'm still trying to get over it. And my body is trying to get over it. And whenever I get sick, it doesn't matter, like, because I don't get sick often. Okay, not often at all. I have a very great immune system. Thank goodness I got a great immune system. But anyway, so when I get sick, my body gets like exhausted and I get really grouchy and pissy and all that shit. So I don't even want to do that to people, to you guys, you know. So yeah. Anyways, so that was my quick update. Is I'm currently just working on myself and other things. I'm working on time management. Like I said, I want to try to get a few videos out this month, but I'm not sure how it's going to go about. I'm already like 2 weeks late with this reading. So now, this reading that I had originally planned, look, I'm not kidding you. I had it all planned out. I had the cards all laying out. I had everything. I was going to do charms. I was so excited. And this is my planning. Now, there's 4 of these fuckers because I couldn't decide what reading I actually wanted to do. But then I'm like, just go with your gut. So I went with my gut. This is what I came up with. And it was great. And I knew that there were some great messages. I could feel some great messages like before I even, because like I don't like look at the cards. I feel like it's cheating. Some readers are like, well, you got to meditate on it. When I'm picking for the piles, I'm meditating on it. I can feel what's coming on with some of them, you know, but anyways, it was going to be a what's happening for you. I was going to do energy coming in using Moonology, blessings cards because I love them, my self-healing cards because I'm really liking them, and then of course my angel advice because we all know I love my angel advice. And then I was going to do some charms because I love charms and I get a lot from the charms lately. It didn't work out that way. Like I said, the camera on my laptop is currently not working. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure it out, but I guess this particular brand of computer that I have always has these kind of issues with it. So I'm like, wonderful. At least it lasted a couple of years, right? Anyways, so I have another camera that I'm going to try to use. But I'm not very tech savvy, so it's going to take a minute to figure it out. And when I mean by a minute, I mean longer than a minute. Okay, my sister gets pissed that I use that saying, but it's like, I don't know. Lexi said it once and it got stuck. Anyway, all right, so pile 1 was I Can Love Me Better. This is that charm. I'm trying to be quick, guys. It says, I can love me better, better than you can. Ugh, there we go. See, I actually really like this. It was a keychain I had bought from a craft fair, and they had all kinds of keychains, but it's just an acrylic with a sticker in it. And I know that's what it is. I paid $8 freaking for this thing, but I was really drawn to it and I really wanted it. And then it fell off, and I got so lucky because it fell off at home. Anyway, second one is butterfly. There's a butterfly effect kept coming to my mind when I picked it out, so that could be for somebody in particular. And then be kind. So, oh my goodness, be kind was the other charm. So this is pile 3. Pile 1 is I Can Love Me Better than you can, and pile 2 is butterfly or butterfly effect. So if you chose pile 1, you will be meeting somebody from a soul tribe, somebody that's like you, people that are like you. I was really hearing like-minded. That's like somebody that is like-minded, like you, obviously like you, but like it's like you guys have so much more in common than you thought could be possible. So definitely soul tribe is what I was getting. You are also going to be having someone from your past that had hurt you coming back around. And I kind of got the feeling like that from that I Can Love Me Better Than You Can. So I feel like there is somebody from the past that has hurt you that you've been recently healing yourself from that's going to come back around and try to get with you. And it's like they're going to be stunned by what you've become and stunned that you say no, that you walk away, that you don't really want a part of this person. You're going to be spending time doing things that make you happy with people that are like-minded. And I feel like that's important because I do feel like you had been in a relationship that you are still currently healing from, where you always did things that weren't really you, that you didn't really care for, but you did it to make this person happy. And I feel like when you were doing that, it's like it's like it made you happy to make this person happy, but you also always felt like there was a piece of you that was missing because you were always tending to this person's happiness, and this person never tried to do anything to make you happy or do things that you enjoy doing. So it's like you're finally taking the time to do things that make you happy. And then there's like, and it's like somebody asks you to go do something that is something that you'd be interested in, but nobody's ever like, asked you to do it. It was like that relationship that you had been in kind of like made you separated from people around you, that people that were supposed to come in, but they couldn't because of the relationship that you'd been in, that karmic relationship. And it was a bad karmic relationship. It wasn't like great, but it wasn't good either. Like it was like it was supposed to teach you stuff, and I feel like it really did teach you, but it also taught you on what you don't want in your life anymore. And this person that's going to be coming back around is definitely somebody you don't want in your life. They may say that they've changed, but I don't feel like they have. But there is also somebody that's coming into your life that is like-minded. I do not feel like you know this person. Like, I don't think you know them. It could be an associate, somebody that you've known, but like don't actually know them as a person. You just kind of like hi and then you're off, like that kind. But it's like you talk with them or they ask you to do something and you're kind of like surprised, like taken aback that they even knew you were interested in this. And then like that's like a light goes off in your head or something, and it's like you understand, it's like you understand why the past relationship you'd been in has brought you to this point. Anyways, so that's what I have for my pile one. Otherwise, that's all I have for you. I hope it was helpful. I'm sorry the video is so quick and short, but it is what it is. I'm going to move on to my pile two now, so maybe meet again. Bye. All right, for pile two, if you chose the butterfly, this beautiful butterfly, this is your pile. So butterfly effects kept coming up in my mind, wanting to change something in the past to change the future. The movie popped up inside of my head in that part in the ending. There's a few different endings and alternative endings in that movie. It's one of my favorite movies when I was growing up. Because when I was growing up, I felt like I had a lot of regrets. I felt like there was a lot of things I could change. If I could just go back and change just one little thing, it would change everything. And it would have changed everything. But it wouldn't have made me who I am today if I had done so. And I feel like that's really important. It's like you have recently figured something out that you wish you could go back and change that one little thing so that things would have turned out you would be in a better position, or you'd be with the person that you want to be with. It's like something like that. But here's the thing. If you had done that, you wouldn't be able to be the kind of person that you are. You wouldn't be able to be where you are at now. And I feel like that's a very important for you to understand, is that where you are at right now, the kind of person that you are at this moment is you had to get to this point, which means you had to go through all the shit you went through. And I know it sucks hearing that, because like nobody wants to hear, oh, I had to go through that trauma to get to this point. It's kind of what happened though. Like you weren't getting the lesson the first time, so you had to get a harsher lesson in order to learn this lesson. And that's exactly what had happened with this. It could be somebody's favorite movie here. I'm also, because it's a butterfly and it's blue and purple, that always reminds me of a psychic connection that you have with somebody. So I feel like there is some kind of a psychic connection you have with someone that has changed both of you. You are not the same person you were when you met this person, and this person is not the same person from when you had first met them. So I feel like, because I feel like with the psychic connections, you always come back together. Like that shit always just comes back around, because like it's like magnets, and because you guys are psychically linked, because there is something that is so like magnetizing, so connecting, like it's just like, because there's that connection, it's like you always have to end up coming by each other once more because you are genuinely connected. So it's like after time, I don't know, it's like weird because I hear after time after time, like by Cyndi Lauper, like that song. So I feel like it's like time after time you find each other, including in this lifetime, but there were other lifetimes where you guys were continuously coming back around to each other. But it's like this particular lifetime, it's like there's one slight little thing you wish that you could change, and it would have changed everything. So again, it's not easy to hear, but if you had done that, you wouldn't be where you are at right now, which is actually where you're supposed to be. Even if you've like fucked up in a major way and you don't think this connection is ever going to happen, you will come back together again. You know, even if this person doesn't want to, you guys are still going to come back together again. Even if you don't want to, you're going to come back together again. Okay. It's not about you guys, it's about the connection that you guys share. Okay. And that's, I feel like, what you guys need to really talk about. Like, and I know that sounds crazy, you know, talking about how there's this connection with somebody and then needing to actually talk with each other, because when you have a psychic connection, it's not clear cut conversation. Like, if I'm talking to you and I'm straightforward with you, like I'm trying to be, you know, like, it's not the same thing when you're in a psychic link. Things get jumbled up. Okay. Including if somebody is has addictions, you know, current addictions that really hold them back. And I feel like there are addictions on both parts. And I feel like because of those addictions, things do get jumbled up and there's a lot of miscommunication. So when you talk with each other, and I don't think texting helps situations either. I really don't think it helps in any situation. I feel like talking either in person or like on the phone or FaceTime, like whatever works for you, what you feel comfortable with, but there's needs to be some kind of a communication, because it's like there's something you wish you could change so you could be with this person now, but you want to be the person you are right now, which is actually who you need to be in order to talk with this person. You had to go through it, you know, to in order to be, I feel like, as empathic as the person you are trying to like talk with, this person that you are connected with. I feel like the person you're connected with has like deep emotions. It's not just their emotions though, it's like other people's emotions as well. Like, I feel like they are literally an empath, like they can feel other people's emotions. So like if you're connected to somebody, one second, then this person is going to feel that connection that you have that you are with somebody. So it's like, instead of like remaining angry with you, they will try to leave the connection, because it's like they don't want to be angry with you for decisions that you've made, because like that's not fair. Like, I don't know, it's getting a little jumbled up and a little too close to the heart than I would like to say. But that is all I have for you, my butterfly effect pile. I hope that was helpful. I'm sorry it kind of seems loose ended at the end. I just feel like you really need to talk with somebody before you can make any like decisions, because you can't be because changing something from the past is not going to solve things. You can't do that. It's not going to make you who you are now, which is who you have to be in order to talk to this person. So you go and you try to communicate with this person. I don't feel like they will communicate with you if you are in a relationship or if you are in a situation where they feel like they can't talk to you. So you would have to be the one to make the first move. All right, I'm going to move on to my pile of 3. So maybe meet again. Bye. Okay, pile 3. If you chose be kind, I had to be quick about it. I only got a few more minutes. Be kind to yourself. I feel like you've been going through a lot of self-healing, trying to be happy and succeeding. Like, I feel like you win on being happy at times, and I do feel like it's like something you have to really work at as well. I feel like you've been attracted to kindness, and you've been healing the way that you trust or you don't trust. Like, I feel like you have a hard time trusting people, and you've been healing that. And you also need to work on being kind to those that will never heal. People that want to stay in the same place like forever, like the people that are stuck, you know, and it's like they refuse to heal. There are some people in this world that are never going to heal, that are never going to ascend. It sucks, but it's honestly the truth. I want to try to help as many people ascend as I can, but I'm also only one person. And there are also people out there who refuse to heal, who refuse to change, who do not know how to change. And if they knew how, they wouldn't want to change anyways. So you have to help those that want to. And that means by like the people that come to you. And I feel like that's something you need to know. Don't try to help everybody. If somebody's not going to come to you and ask for help, then, you know, like, you can't help them because they're not going to ask for it. They need to ask for it themselves before they can get it. And they have to want to do it for themselves, not for somebody else. It will never work if it's for somebody else. So anyways, and then I feel like you've been thinking a lot, and you've been thinking about this in particular a lot. I feel like you've really been starting to see that there are some people that you can't help out. Those are people you have to walk away from. Even though it really sucks, you do need to walk away from them, because it's not going to solve anything for anybody. It's just going to keep bringing you down. I feel like, and when I picked up this charm, I kept thinking, be kind to yourself, be kind to yourself. I feel like you've been really harsh on yourself lately because I feel like you've gone through a lot in your life. And it's like, why didn't I see this? I should have seen this. This should have been seen by myself. Why didn't I see this? And it's like the crazy thing is the reason you didn't see this is because you weren't supposed to at that moment. And I know that's weird and it sounds odd, but the universe has a funny way of playing. And it's not even playing, it's like a funny way of teaching us how to do things or how to learn things about ourselves or what we can or cannot do. And it's like the universe is also teaching us, like, in a way, you need to show me that you want to change. You need to show me that this is what you want. Like, stick up for yourself. Like, that's also what I'm hearing. Stand up for yourself. Be kind to yourself also. Be kind to yourself. It just keeps coming to mind. Like, I also feel like you've been very harsh with yourself. Like I said before, like you feel like you should have seen something coming or something that somebody did to you, but you weren't supposed to see it because now you see it. Now you can stop it from happening, in the future. But you had to learn that specific thing with that specific person. Like that person had to hurt you this certain way in order for you to walk away from this person to end it karmically. I feel like there was some kind of going back to somebody or going back to a certain situation that you felt comfortable with. And it was like the universe saying, no, you don't need to settle. That is not what is for you. You've got other plans. I get it. It's comfortable. I get it. They're good looking. Like whatever the situation was. And it's like, the universe is like, but there is better for you, okay? And you need to leave this alone. And because you refuse to leave it alone, I'm going to make you leave it alone. And that's exactly what had happened. I also feel like sometimes you like or like you say you're stupid or you're dumb, and I feel like that has a lot of effect on ourselves. We don't realize it, but like the way that we perceive ourselves and then the way that we say out loud is also a way others will see you as well. And then with others treating you the way that you see yourself, you start to believe it. Don't. It's not accurate to who you are, okay? I feel like if you were to say, like, if something were to go wrong and like you're pissed off about it and you're like, fuck my life, and it's like, well, you are literally telling the universe to screw you up, screw with your life when you say something like that. Or if you're saying, or things aren't going right over and over again and you're like, I'm fucking stupid, why would I fucking do that, that was just so stupid of me. No, it wasn't. This shit happens, things are going to happen, mistakes are going to be made, you're human, it has to be done. You have to fail in order to succeed. It's the only way you succeed is by screwing up. And I feel like that is something that you need to remember. You have to screw up in order to succeed, okay? You're not going to be perfect at everything, and nobody's perfect at everything. And like, why would you want to be like, that's so boring. I feel like you are starting to see things a lot differently than what you once had, right? But I also feel like you've also been very mean to yourself because you've been seeing these differences and you're like, well, I should have seen these things because I am this kind of a person. Don't matter how intuitive you are, sometimes people are just really good at fooling you. Like some people have been doing it all their life. Some people don't realize they are fooling you because they don't know who they really are. That's how good at mind manipulation we are to ourselves. And that's what I feel like you need to start doing, is to manipulate yourself into believing that you're an amazing fucking person, because you are an amazing fucking person and you need to see that. I feel like you are a healer. You want to help a lot of people, and when you can't help them, you get upset or mad about it. But the reality is you can't help everybody. You can't help everybody heal. They have to want to heal. Okay, so there are people you're going to have to let go of or walk away from, because you can't watch them unravel the way that they are. And it's hard, including when it's like family. It's fucking so hard. My dad was an alcoholic and I begged him to change, begged him. Had a shitty job, but I offered to pay for rehab for him, like if he would just choose his family over alcohol. He chose alcohol over his family. It was his choice. But I took me a few years to figure that out though. I was in high school taking care of my dad. I had a job, I had to take care of everything, and I was still trying to take care of my dad. But all he wanted to do was party at the time. He would party and steal my money. I remember saving my rent money up once, and I had to ask my grandfather to give me some because my dad stole it to go and party. So And that happened a couple times, and I got lucky because I had people watching out over me, but it wasn't easy. It was one of the hardest things I had to do. And then my sister and he stole something from me right before my birthday. That broke my heart. Like, he stole so much from me that day. And it was just like, I snapped. I had to leave. That was done with that. That I knew right then, after seeing him with that stuff on my birthday and him knowing my birthday was so close, with a key that he should never have had. Like, I don't know, things just really pissed me off after that, because like we would block our house, and then he would ask when I would get home from work, and I thought it was kind because I thought he just wanted to hang out and talk, because that's how we were getting closer, and we had things I thought under order. And then I found out he had a hidden key the entire time, and he was asking what time I would get off of work. you know I got out early once, and I came home and I found him. He was right there. It was like my birthday. He had a vodka in one hand and he had my cigarettes in the other hand and my MP3 player. I searched my own father to see what he stole from me, because he had taken so much from me. And you know how hard it is to save up? I lived in a fucking trailer. In a trailer in the middle of fucking nowhere. I had to walk to fucking work. We didn't have a washer or dryer, so I had to carry the laundry with me. Like, it was horrible. Grocery shopping, because I don't drive. I have to carry those bags with me everywhere I would go. When you get your fucking license, how am I supposed to afford a fucking car when I have all of that I had to pay for as well? Like, oh my god, it made me so angry. So, like, but I was in such an angry place, and it took me a really long time to get past that, to understand that I had to go through that with my father, who I felt like got me better than anybody else. Okay, I had to go through that with him, and I had to go through. There was so much other fucking shit that had happened, but he was still my dad. But I noticed that as soon as I left the state, because I left the state to get away from my dad, and then as soon as I left, things changed. Like, they dramatically changed. It didn't feel like I was locked up, like I couldn't have anything, because I could save money for the first time in my life. I could afford things for the first time in my life. I could do things for the first time in my life with my own money, without relying on having to ask, hey, can I borrow this so that I can go do this? Like, it was stupid. I didn't even have to say what I wanted to get. I could just do it. But I had to go through it with him, because he was somebody that was close, and it was family, and there were other things too. And I feel like you need to realize that you had to go through those things with those people, and you have to walk away in order for things to get better for you. And I feel like they will get a lot better for you. Happiness is something that you choose to be, and you can be this, and especially once you cut this person out of your life, like whoever it was, or accepts that this is where it was supposed to be. All right, this is all that I have for you. I know it was short. Well, actually, yours was longer than everybody else's, but I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, let me know by hitting that like button. The same thing with everybody else. If anybody's watching, if you're interested, if you like my vibe, please subscribe. The more the merrier. But otherwise, I'm going to go because I have to pee. Anyways, may you meet again. Bye.